Hi guys. Before I get into tonight's video, I just want to preface it by saying that what I'm going to be talking about, it's not up for debate. I'm not here to debate anybody or to pass judgment on anybody's way of eating or lifestyle. I'm just stating my own observations and sharing things that I have found and things that I've read about from other doctors and nutritionists. I myself am not a doctor nor a nutritionist. I'm just a regular person that is trying to find what is going to work best for me on my healthy lifestyle journey. And I change and evolve as I learn things because I'm open, to learning new things. I'm not closed off. So I may start off with one way of doing something, and if I learn that there's a better way, I tweak it, and I might go down another path. But right now, where I'm at is I am ketovore. It is working wonderfully for me. It has healed I can't even tell you all the things it's healed. I've told you in previous videos, but that's, neither here nor there for right now, because I just want to let people know that I'm going to be sharing what I have recently learned from watching another doctor. I'll share that doctor's site as well, so you can go visit him and see what he has to say for yourself. But I just found it so, astonishing. It was so new to me. And I thought, I need to share this with other people. I'm not sharing it as a way of passing judgment or, trying to shame anybody else for doing a different diet or lifestyle. I have lots of friends, family, loved ones that are vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian. Some of the people I love most in the world, my son and my granddaughter, and I adore them. And I would never pass judgment on them. If what you're doing is working for you, you're happy, you're healthy, you're energetic, you don't have any of these illnesses or whatever, and that's great. That's what I want. So if that's what you're doing and it's working, keep doing it. Carry on. That's wonderful. But for those of you that are looking for something to help them to either lose weight or to heal, some sort of ailments, then yeah, I'm hoping that by sharing what I'm doing, that maybe you'll give it a try and maybe it'll work for you. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be hurt. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I just don't want people that feel free to disrespect me or come to my page and slam me for what I'm doing. It's personal choice. You have a choice to do what you want, just as I have a choice to do what I want. I mean, if you're doing it in a loving way, if you really feel like, being a ketovore is that detrimental to my health, and you feel like, the information you're sharing with me is going to benefit me, that, I appreciate that. But it's just, be careful how you put it, because a lot of people word it in such a way that it comes across as angry, or they're almost offended that I'm doing this, and if that's the case, move on. Don't stop by and share that with me. I've had a few of those already, and I don't even respond to them. I won't. I just delete them because there's no point. They're just here to unload on me and be angry. I'm not going to debate anybody. I'm in no place to debate anybody. I'm still very new to this. But anyway, I said all that just to let you know that I'm going to be sharing some stuff that might be controversial, and I don't want to offend anybody in any way. I'm just sharing something that I've learned and that I just felt was worthy of sharing. So there you go. Anyway, if you want to watch, stick around. If not, I'll see you around. Okay, guys. Tonight I want to talk to you about a video I seen by a gentleman called Dr. Robert. I think it's pronounced Cywes or Cywes. It's Cywes, MD, PhD. And he has a video. He has many. This one was titled "Proof That Plants and Veganism is Not a Human Diet." Now remember, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what he wrote, and I watched it, so I'm just letting you guys know. I didn't write this. But he went on to say that when we look at the history of the botany of plants that we currently eat the most of, they do not want to be eaten by us. Those plants are literally poisonous in their wild nature. They are absolutely not meant to be eaten. And he said, this is a fact. This is a fact. in their natural state, these plants are poisonous to humans. And he goes on to say that it doesn't make sense to eat strictly a plant-based diet or insist that that is what we are created to be, herbivores. I don't think he's saying that it's necessarily bad to eat plants. As a matter of fact, he eats fruits and vegetables, salad and stuff. He's just saying that we are not created as herbivores or to just eat plants. He thinks, that we should have more variety. He himself would be considered, I think, a ketovore. And he was saying that most plants, which have been around for literally hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of years, you can go online and look that up. He said that's up for debate. But most people that are following that, there's doctors and famous people that are telling us that we must eat a plant-based diet. And none of those plants even existed just a mere 300-400 years ago, or 3,000-4,000 years ago. I'm sorry, 3,000-4,000 years ago, which is not a very long time, in evolution. So these plants weren't even around hundreds of thousands of years ago, let alone millions of years ago, if you believe that we go back that far. But they have created vegetables that we know today. They have been genetically engineered, and there's kale, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, collard greens, Chinese cabbage, bok choy. All of those literally come from one plant, wild cabbage. Those, I guess, were engineered. They didn't just grow naturally. So obviously they weren't around. So all these plants that they're eating weren't even created yet. There was strictly wild cabbage, and I guess you wouldn't even recognize it in its natural state. It doesn't look like the cabbage that you buy in the grocery store today. So basically he was saying, how can you believe that that's how we were created to be or evolved if there weren't any of those plants around? They weren't here. So what did we eat then if we were just herbivores? Do you know? I mean, I don't know. Is he wrong? Is he a big fat liar? Is he making this up? I don't know. I want to trust him. He sounds like a very intelligent man. He got a PhD. He's a doctor, and I think he knows what he's talking about. And if that's the case, I think that kind of does away with that argument that we're herbivores. And it doesn't matter to me if you believe that or not. If you're an herbivore and you want to continue eating that way, go for it. But if you don't have anything to back it up, don't insist that everyone else be one. That's how I feel about the carnivore diet. I'm too new to it to say that this is the way we were meant to be. I don't know that. I know a lot of people that are in this say that. They may be right. I don't know yet. I'm not into this deep enough to know. I just know that by doing the carnivore diet, I'm healing a lot of things that were wrong with me. And it has been very simple for me to follow. But does that mean that that's what I'm supposed to be doing? I don't know. The biggest argument against it is people say, well, studies show that eating red meat causes heart problems and gout and cancer and just, an array of different illnesses. But those studies, we're finding out, as I've mentioned in previous videos, were funded by Big Pharma and the food industry. So I don't know how legitimate they are anymore. I don't know. A lot of doctors are coming out and saying they're not at all. They were funded to persuade us to eat a certain diet so that we would be eating more grains and carbohydrates, and it keeps us sick And that's why, that helps big pharma. The food industry has got us addicted to these foods, these carbohydrates with lots of sugars in them. Sounds legitimate. It sounds like that could possibly be true. So at this moment, that's what I'm leaning to believe. I'm going to continue doing research. If I find out I'm wrong, then I will switch gears. But right now, I do believe that. I do believe that the carnivore diet is very helpful for people with, various ailments. Like I said, do I know if this is what we're supposed to be? Are we supposed to be omnivores? I don't know. So I can't argue either way, and I won't. But I will, as far as when people say that, the human species was meant to be herbivores, knowing what I know now, I would completely disagree. I'm not going to argue with anybody. If you want to argue, go somewhere else. But I'm just telling you, I do believe that. And unless you can prove him wrong, if you have something else to back it up, I'm willing to listen. I'm not closed-minded. But I thought that was, something that I should share because I don't know if everyone else is aware of that. This doctor has a lot of other videos. They're fascinating. I really enjoyed listening to him. But now that I know that, I don't feel so bad about not eating fruits and vegetables right now. I know some people say that without fiber in your diet, that it can cause colon issues. I don't have a problem with that right now. I did think I was going to. I was concerned about that, but that hasn't been an issue. Maybe it will be later on. I don't know. But 7 weeks in, almost 8, it's not an issue for me. Like I said, I'm not in disagreement with omnivores or carnivores at this point. I'm open, I just know that as I'm doing this carnivore, more ketovore, I'm finding that it has just really been life-changing for me. I'm sleeping better, like I said, which was a huge issue for me for years. I have way more energy because I'm sleeping better. I've healed all the inflammation in my body, and I had a serious knee injury that I thought I was going to have surgery on at some point. That is completely healed. No pain whatsoever, none. And I was walking with basically a cane. I was using a hiking stick, but it had just gotten progressively worse, and I don't have any issues with that. I don't have any issues with gas or bloating that you would think, from not eating a lot of fiber. I had a leaky eye. That's an odd one, but I think it must have been caused by inflammation. I've had that for years. It's cleared up. I don't have any issues with that. I don't snore. Also caused by inflammation. So it's been wonderful, and my skin is getting better. I had issues with dry, patchy skin and stuff. I don't have any problems with that anymore. I'm losing weight. Not like crazy fast or anything, but probably about 1.5 pounds a week, sometimes 2 pounds. But it's okay because I don't feel like I'm on a deprivation diet. I eat till I'm full. I'm not counting calories or carbs or anything like that. I basically eat meat. That's the majority of my diet. I have bacon for breakfast now. Sometimes I'll have eggs with it, egg yolks, cooked in butter. I have whole cream in my coffee. I have meat if I'm going to eat anything for lunch, which I don't really. I might have like some beef jerky. I was eating nuts. I cut nuts out because of the oxalates, mainly almonds. But I would probably eat them again. I'm not too concerned about that now because I did quit. I switched over to pistachios. I was eating those. I didn't really notice any problem with inflammation or anything, so I don't think it was affecting me that way. I just was concerned that maybe that was making my weight loss slower because I was expecting to lose a little bit more weight. And like I said, it's only been about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. And then for dinner, I have meat. It's been red meat pretty much. I did have chicken. My husband made chicken a while back, and I had that. And I've had sausage. I was originally started off doing this, eating Italian sausage, because I'm not a huge fan of red meat. But after 2 weeks of just eating sausage, I switched over. I started eating steak, ribeye, sirloin, brisket, that kind of thing. If I do want something snacky, a couple nights a week, I might have pork rinds. I used to have popcorn every night, so I like the salty, crunchy thing, and pork rinds is working well for that. And I'll even have a little bit of cheese on there. So I do have dairy. I have half an avocado would be my choice for a vegetable. Is it a vegetable or is it a fruit? Because of the, but I would have that, and I was having, a few Brussels sprouts. I haven't done that in a little while. I had cottage cheese recently because I said I'm having a little bit of dairy, but I think that caused me to have a headache. It caused my sugars to spike. And that's the main reason I was doing this. Doing a carnivore diet has allowed me to kick my sugar habit, which was really rough on me. I'd had it for years and years. Tried to kick it as a vegan or vegetarian years ago. It didn't work. It just didn't work. I have nothing against that diet. It just, maybe I didn't do it correctly at that time. I ended up eating a lot of grains, rice, pasta, bread. I ended up gaining weight, and I didn't feel any better. It didn't heal anything. Of course, I was younger. I didn't have the same problems I do now, so I don't know. I just remember never feeling satiated. I wasn't full. Fruits and vegetables aren't filling, and so that was why I filled up on the carbohydrates, and I don't have to do that now. So yeah, eating a carnivore diet has allowed me to kick those things. I don't crave them. I'm fine without them. Not even sugar substitutes. I thought I would be using those more, and I haven't found the need to do that. So yeah, it's a wonderful diet, and I don't know if it works the same for everyone, because I'm also learning about gut biology or gut bacteria, that dictates what kind of diet will work for you. And we don't all have the same gut bacteria. It's affected by the diet that we've been following for the last so many years. And the foods that we are eating now are Franken foods. So they're really messing with our biology. And I think that a lot of us have a difficult time. One person can do the carnivore diet, like myself, and do wonderfully. Another person can get sick on it. The same with the vegan diet. I've heard of people that do wonderfully on it. My son, he did strict vegan for 10 years. He started when he was 14, and then he became a pescatarian, and he's doing fine on it. Has never had any issues. My granddaughter, she's been doing it for over a year. She started out vegan and then switched to pescatarian, and she's doing fine on it. So, it just depends. We're not all the same. I know we're all humans. We all have the same makeup, but we have a different gut bacteria, gut biology, according to what I'm reading. Maybe I'm misunderstanding that, but that seems to dictate what diet will work for you and what won't. And it also dictates why some people are heavier than others. They could be, eating less. I'm learning that it's not all about, taking less calories in and, exercising more. I always thought that was what it was about. But there's another professor of, all of that. I don't know, nutrition and everything. I think his name is Bart K. He's a little bit, he comes off as very arrogant, maybe somewhat abrasive. I think it's just the character that he plays on his channel, but he's very, very intelligent, and I like listening to him. I've learned a lot from him. I'll put a link to him as well. But there's a lot to learn, unless you're going to school for this and you're a nutritionist or a doctor. If you're just a regular person, it's hard because there's a lot of misinformation online. So, you could read something and think, wow, like I'm doing, and think this is it. And then later on find out it was completely false. You just hope that it's the right thing. And like I said, the best way to find out, you can't just believe everything you read anymore. You have to try it. Like the carnivore diet, I read about it. I seen my friend doing it, and then I gave it a try, and it's been wonderful. So that's how I found out it's working for me, because I would have been the first to say that's wrong. And I did for a long time. I thought it was wrong. I thought that's just nonsense. I've seen the studies about cholesterol and heart disease and gout, and they all point at red meat. And now I'm hearing those were wrong. So we know that the food industry is creating terrible, terrible foods. We know that, right? I think we all agree. There's very little healthy foods in the store. So that's got to impact our guts, our gut biology, right? And we know that the pharmaceutical companies would much prefer to give us pills than, help us stay healthy by eating nutritious foods, because how would that benefit them? That's not going to make them any money. So it only makes sense that they would be funding these studies that are in favor of eating these Franken foods and high carbs and stuff. Of course, I found out recently that breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. That was started 100 years ago by Kellogg's to push their cereals. That makes sense, because I never was a big breakfast eater. So all of a sudden, it's like, oh no, you got to eat breakfast. So then I did. I started eating breakfast, and once you do that, then you have to, So I had to get out of that habit of wanting to eat breakfast in the morning. It's better to do, the intermittent fasting thing, which I started doing again. I started at the beginning of this when I was doing my healthy lifestyle journey. That was one of the things I did, and I found it hard to do with work and everything. My schedule changed, but I started doing it again, and that's very helpful. There's varying degrees to do it. You can do like 16/8, which is I think the most preferable. Some I was doing I think like a 14/10. But yeah, you should give that a try too. I think that's beneficial for anybody if you can do it. So, but anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I know it's probably controversial to some people. To me, I just thought it was enlightening. I hope it's true. I hope he wasn't making this up. I don't believe he was. If you have something that backs up what you believe and it goes against that, feel free to share it with me. Just, be nice when you comment. You don't have to yell at me. I'm not here to upset you or hurt your feelings or shame you or anything. I'm learning, and I'm just sharing what I'm learning. And if you disagree with it, that's fine, but don't come here and tell me I'm a moron or an idiot. I'm not going to respond to that. I mean, when people do that, it's like, what do you think? I'm going to go, oh, you're right. I'm like, wow. So yeah, if you really care and you're a decent human being and you want to have a conversation, yeah, you can talk to me and tell me, maybe you can teach me something, but you're not going to teach me anything by starting it off by telling me what an idiot I am. It doesn't work on me for some reason. So, I'm just telling you. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you appreciated it. I hope you'll check out the links. I'll put them below so you can find out for yourself. Just isn't me making it up. I'm not that smart. So I hope you guys find what works for you. We all want to be happy. We all want to be healthy and energetic. What a great world it would be if we were all feeling our absolute best. Could you imagine? It's up to us to do that. And I think we can. And we can be role models for the next generation. So let's work on that. Anyway, that's all I got to say tonight. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I'm getting members. After my interview with Dave Mack, I was like, wow, it's not just the little 100 people anymore. So that makes me feel good. The more people you share with, the bigger the conversation is. I like hearing from other people. I get a lot of comments and I really appreciate it. I like, especially the carnivore community has been amazing. And I have friends in the omnivore community that are wonderful and very kind. And I like hearing from all of you, even herbivores. There are some that are nice. There's only been a few that have been really upset. I think they just took what I said wrong and got offended. Nothing I say is personal to any of you. It's just my own observations. I don't even know you. So please don't take anything I say personal, except that I do care. I care that everybody works to get to their healthiest. I think that's very important. And if I can help you in any way, drop me a message. Let me know. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. That's it for me.